Stop the count! Stop the count! Count every vote! Count every vote!
Both of these groups are supporters of President Donald Trump in different cities but with opposing demands. And these are not the only protests sweeping US cities over election results. Protests in support of presidential hopeful Joe Biden and total vote count have also spread across the country.
Count! Count every vote one time!
And some protests turned into clashes with the police, like this anti-Trump protest in New York. So what's happening in the highly contested US presidential election? Tensions have risen as America continues to wait the much-anticipated presidential election results. And as Biden nears the number of electoral votes needed for a victory, protests over the vote count have swept through different cities. President Trump, who claimed a premature victory, is questioning Biden's win in swing states like Wisconsin, triggering a flurry of protests against and in support of the results. These are where the protests have taken place and what they look like. In Michigan, President Trump's supporters tried to storm into the Detroit Convention Center to monitor the vote count, claiming that Republican observers were denied access. The angry crowd questioned the integrity of the vote tally after Trump made claims about voter fraud. While in Nevada, where the Trump camp is now planning to sue for voter fraud, protesters gathered outside an election office in Las Vegas, chanting, "Count every vote," after an official result showed Democrat Joe Biden with a narrow lead over Trump. In Seattle, Democrats, progressive and young supporters of former Vice President Joe Biden took to the streets calling on officials to count every vote, in contrast to President Trump's demand. While in Arizona, Trump supporters protested at the vote counting center, calling for vote counts to be halted after TV reports called the state in Biden's favor. Some of the protesters were reportedly carrying guns. In Portland, dozens of arrests were made, and authorities declared that protests in the city had turned into riots. The National Guard has also been activated in the city. And with election results still in limbo, thousands of people are expected to continue taking to the streets.
The candidates emerged on Thursday with two very different messages.
We're over here. We're over here. I ask everyone to stay calm, all the people to stay calm. The process is working. The count is being completed. We have no doubt that when the count is finished, Senator Harris and I will be declared the winners.
Due to the coronavirus pandemic, more than 60 million Americans cast their ballots via the post this year. And that's left officials in 5 key states still counting the votes.
We are concerned with making sure that we're accurate in what we report, because this is a very important election in the state of Nevada. It may make the decision for the president.
But President Donald Trump is once again casting doubt on the process.
If you count the legal votes, I easily win. If you count the illegal votes, they can try to steal the election from us.
The Trump campaign hasn't provided evidence of his accusations, but that's not stopping the Trump team from launching a series of legal challenges to stop the counting of votes in states like Pennsylvania. 2 days after the election, the margins are still incredibly thin. If Trump wants to retain the presidency, he'll have to hang on to the states he won in the last election. But as more votes are counted, the balance is tipping in favor